never go away?
No, sir.
Where does it go? Where does it go once we've seen it? Where does it go?
Into a box.
Okay, into a box, or what do we call the M word that we talk about? Into our what? Into our memory.
Oh, memory.
It goes into our memory. So, just like you said, brother.
Brother Tyrone, there on Tuesday, you said, and it's very powerful that you said this, that we men have boxes.
That's right. We sure do.
1, 2, 3, 4. We got 4 boxes. And what he said, what did you say? You said something about,
I said we compartmentalize everything that we do.
Yep, so if we're at work, that goes into a compartment.
That's right.
And then, like, when we're at work, that's all we think about is work.
There you go.
But women get the sex.
That's right.
All we see is sex.
That's right.
Everything
That's right.
else is burned out.
That's right.
Like
That's
when we do drugs and alcohol, all we see is the drugs or alcohol.
That's
we
right.
block it, everything else.
That's right. That's right.
So one compartment is being used and the other ones are all shut
They
down.
all, the doors are shut. We keep those doors shut. When it comes to our emotions.
And then Brother Tyrone also said that our mind is a gate.
That's right. That's
and
right.
what I mean by the gate is we let stuff in, but we can't let stuff out.
That's right.
Because the doors, they only open inward.
That's right.
They don't open outward.
That's right. That's
so
right.
we can't.
That's right.
So we
That's
never
right.
forget something that
There you go.
we're taught or we sing.
That's right.
Because the doors open inward, not outward.
That's right. Powerful words, Brother John. I'm very proud of you, son. Very good. Very good analogy there. Okay, let's look back into this. Even as things seen has either been removed from sight or no longer exists, it still affects our vision. It distorts it, superimposes it. Something that was once seen is present no longer, but somehow cannot be unseen even as we look upon other images. So just like you said, Brother Josh, the images never go away. They will never go away. Because see, your eyes is the gateway to your heart. And if you think on something, eventually you're going to act upon it. That's why it's like David the Bathsheba.
David saw a beautiful woman.
That's right. That's right. Yeah, he wanted. He wanted raw dog, right?
Yeah, we did talk about raw dog. But see, he wanted her because he saw how beautiful she was.
He got tempted.
He got tempted.
Yes.
That's the devil.
Yeah.
You got you got to rebuke the devil in the name of Jesus to get him rid of it.
That's right. That's right.
But see, our eyes. Oh boy, our eyes sure do get us in trouble.
That's right. They get us in trouble. Especially men.
Men. No matter what we men have seen.
Yes.
We can see a chair over there.
Yes.
And that chair will be burned into our memories. So all we think about is that chair.
That's right.
Also, that's how we do with women.
Yes.
We look at women, like Tyrone said earlier. We're looking at what she got underneath.
That's right.
Can we see the cleavage?
That's right.
What can we see?
That's right.
And then you're already in trouble because now you're undressing her with your eyes.
That's right.
Which is a sin against God.
That's right. That's right. Absolutely.
But it's the sin of lust.
That's right. It's the sin of lust. We're going to get into that. Very good, Brother John. Very good. Very good. All right. We cannot unmake or erase or other things expunged from memory. We know that. We can't do that. But we got to get down deeper into this lesson because I think this is where it's going to help us at. There are 2 distinct categories to which we must pay careful attention concerning the custody of our eyes. And that's where we get in trouble at, our eyes, men. Because see, men are moved by what we see,
not by what we hear.
That's right, but on the opposite end, women are moved by what they hear.
And
no, not necessarily. Women, I'm not saying that women don't like to look at men. No, they do. But
they're more neighbor.
Yes, that's right, because they are moved by what they hear, because they are more emotional than we are. Right. So they got a heart just like God. God's like to hear praises from us, so women has that nature in there. They want to hear those things from you. That's why a woman always says, why don't you ever tell me you love me? It's hard for us to say that, right?
Yeah.
Right or wrong? Don't they say that? Why don't you ever tell me that you love me? Why don't you hold my hand? Why don't you show me and tell me these things? Women need to hear those things.
But do we men do that?
We can't do that because we have not been trained
to say I
love you. We train not to have more emotions, not to talk about those things. You see, that's where the problem comes in at.
See, and that reminds me of the movie Remember the Titans.
Yes, yes.
Remember when Gary was on the phone with his girlfriend?
Yes, yes.
And she said, I'm not going to hang up till you say it. Then he finally said, I love you. And everybody, the whole freaking...
because...
He's like, oh...
You know why? Because there it is again, the man box.
That's right.
We're not supposed to say those type of things.
Now why not?
Why? Because society say men are supposed to be strong. We're not supposed to be.
But we're still strong. We say I love you to a woman. So that's the woman we love.
Yeah.
Are we supposed to say I love you to a woman?
We should, but it's very.
Then why is it in the man box then?
Why?
If we're going to say I love you to a female
Yes.
that we really love, then why can't we say it without being prosecuted?
Well, because it's the nature of.
I'm going to say it anyway.
Well, I say it too, but I'm just saying it's the nature of the box and how society has created that.
For those who's tuning in now, who don't know what the man box is that we're talking about, the man box is a box in society.
Yeah.
So when society expects us to act a certain way, but when
give us some examples, Brother John, so you understand what we're talking about.
all right. So if society says
In the man box.
in the man box, when we're not supposed to have.
That's full of crime.
Yeah, we're not supposed to cry. But see, when we step outside the man box and we cry, we get persecuted. We like, man, you a wimp, you a pussy, man, go ahead, suck it up. What you talking about, man? You a man up. Handle your problems. But see, but the man box, it hurts us inside because we want to let it out.
Yes.
But we don't know how to.
That's right.
So society, another thing that the man box is judges and juries. Sure. They think they really don't look at all the evidence for what the man or woman did. But see, that's persecution to us. Sure. Because we may have not have done the crime.
I understand.
But yeah, we get charged with it. Yeah. So that's the man box. Right. Society has us in this little box. And then when we step out of the box, we get in trouble for what we believe in.
Right. Absolutely.
When we go beyond the man box and we handle our business, then what happens?
Yes.
The law comes after us saying we did wrong. But we just doing what the box told us to do.
Yeah, exactly right. All right, very good, Brother Josh. So let's get into this. There are two distinct categories to which we must pay very careful attention to the custody of our eyes. One leads to sin and unhappiness, and one leads from, and one leads to, and the other one leads from sin to unhappiness. The first involves the sin of lust. The second, the sin of pride. Both are deadly and both lead to unhappiness. Brother Josh, I'm going to get you to read this. Number one, we must avoid the occasion of the sin of lust. All right? We're going to do this. Brother Josh, let's share this and see what we can find out about this.
All right, brother. Well, you know that of which I speak. The glance that lingers for that fraction of a second, longer than it separates a mere perception from a willful act.
Willful. That's the key word.
The glance that passes from mere recognition to the illicit interest, from acknowledgement to invitation. The glance is that really the answer to the question, are you interested in me? You see that I'm interested in you. It is unmistakable. And you know it.
Yes.
What is more? The other knows it too.
Yes.
And will either recoil from you or cooperate with you.
Yes.
It transforms a casual encounter into something briefly intimate.
Yes.
From the occasion of sin to the invitation to sin.
Yes.
In an instant, we communicate our willingness to cooperate and sin with the other.
That's correct.
Our images are stirred. Yeah. What does her body look like beneath her clothing?
There we go.
Is she likely an adroit lover?
Yes. Okay.
The imagination, well, in case people don't know what the adroit lover means, it's something that the woman's good at.
That's right, brother.
It may be giving a BJ. It may be hand jerk, whatever. It's something that she's really good at.
Yes.
The imagination leaves no part of her body unravished, untouched, and in a split second you have already undressed her, exploited her, caressed her, and had sex with her.
That's right. And we had already talked about that before. What does that mean to you, Brother Josh, about the sin of lust? The sin of lust. Because that's powerful what you just read there. It's powerful. What does that mean to you about the sin of lust?
Basically what it means to me, Brother Tyrone, is when you see a woman.
Yes.
No, let me rephrase that. When you see a beautiful or a sexy woman.
Yes.
that's all you're thinking about is her.
Yes, yes.
So when she walks by you with a big old booty, and you look at it, it's already burned into your image.
Yes, yes,
you're looking at that
yes.
booty, you see yourself having sex with it.
Yes, yes.
So before, I mean, I'm not saying that it's not okay to look at women.
Yes, yes.
But we gotta watch how long we watch.
That's right. How we can restrain our eyes.
Yes.
That's right. Exactly.
So it means to me that when you look at a woman, it's okay to look at a woman.
Yeah, it's all right.
As long
Because
as you don't continuously stare at
that's
her.
right.
Like,
That's right.
damn.
Yeah, because a lot of men do that.
Yeah.
We have all done that. We all. And I'm
That goes
not.
back to the movie, one of the Friday movies. Like, remember the girl walked by and Craig and Smokey on his front porch, and he's like,
Oh yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah,
So that,
yeah.
Cause I saw a fine woman walking by.
Yeah, yeah.
Miss Parker. Yeah, Miss Parker.
Yeah, exactly.
So basically,
So basically, when we talk about sin of lust, is anything that's going to draw your attention away from what you actually should be doing, and put you into a position where you're going to go from an innocent look to a lustful look into doing an unwillful act that you don't want to commit. Because that's what David did, that you just read there, right? He went, he saw, he inquired, and he told her to come, and he slept with her.
and she did.
And she got pregnant.
But see, I got a problem with that.
Okay.
Why would you come have sex with a man that you don't even know,
Okay.
and you're married?
Okay, all right.
That's the sin of lust.
Yeah.
Because David knew she was married.
Yeah.
Did he or did he not?
Yeah, but also one thing you don't know about David, David was the king. And he had concubines, he had other women in there. So what concubine is we would call today a prostitute or somebody, a sex slave. All right, that's what we'll call that. So David had control. If the king tells you to come and do something, if somebody you come and do it. So she had no choice. You see what I'm saying? Because if she would have refused him, he could have had her killed. You see what I'm saying? So really, it's a two-edged sword. See, sometimes we as men, we will try to put ultimatums on women. If you don't do this,
I'm gonna do this to you.
I'm going to do this to you. If you don't do that, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes we get
Vice versa.
yeah.
If you don't do this, I'm gonna do this. If
That's
you
right.
do this, you get this.
Exactly. And that's what it is. So we got to understand that the sin of lust can really destroy our lives in the long run. It can end up in a sexual disease. It can mess up our families. You can
be laying in jail.
You could be in jail. That's right. Forcible rape. Okay, we've heard about that happen all the time. Oh, matter of fact, I just seen on the news. It was on I watch CNN a lot. And just recently, a woman sued her husband. It was in Africa. Matter of fact, it was in Africa. That the man. Oh, I'm gonna tell you what she did. It's not funny. It's not funny. What she did was her husband always wanted to have sex with her. So one night, she felt she didn't want to have sex with her husband. So he forced herself on and had sex because he said, that's your obligation. She cut his penis off. Oh yeah. So now they're in court. So she can go to jail. Now he can't get an erection. So I guess they were able to sew it back on, but she literally did that. You see what I'm saying? So what I'm saying
It's not funny.
No.
It's kind of funny at this thing.
Yeah, even though he had a wife, I'm assuming through all that out of that story, what it tells me that he had some type of sexual addiction to sex. Even though it's with his wife, but it has to be consenting.
Yep.
Either way, you just can't do it. It's, yes, you. Let me tell you this, and I'm gonna let you go, bro. This is getting good. Even though the scripture tells us that a husband and wife, that the husband does not own his body, it belongs to the wife, and vice versa. But there is still a fine line that's drawn. Well, if a woman says, I don't feel like it tonight, you have to honor that. Okay, Brother John. That's deep, ain't it?
That's deep, but also along with the rape thing.
Yes.
Most adult men,
Yes.
I'm not gonna say all,
Yes,
most
just
of them,
generally speaking.
like younger women. So it's okay. I don't know what the law is about statutory rape, but I'm about to say something about it. See, when you got a 22-year-old male, for instance, I'm 22, but I'm not talking about me.
Right.
Goes out and has sex with a 17-year-old. That's even though it's consensual,
Yes, she's underage.
she's underage.
Yeah, she's underage. Yeah.
That could be another issue with gratification of the eyes, because when we see a younger woman,
Yeah.
we think, man, she's inexperienced. Maybe I can get her to experience.
Right.
And then maybe she'll end up as a sex addict.
Right. Exactly right. Powerful word, Brother John. Okay, let's get into number 2, dealing with from sin. Now we just talked about it leads to sin and unhappiness. Now we're gonna go from sin to unhappiness, dealing with avoiding the occasion of the sin of pride. It's very powerful. The sin of pride.
We lust as much for the knowledge of the mind, much as we lust for sensuous gratification of the body.
Yes.
We want to know everything.
Yes.
From the very beginning, it has been thrust upon us that all knowledge is good, that he who knows more is superior to one who knows less.
Yes.
We esteem those who know the most and disdain those who know the least. Indeed, it is a matter of pride to possess more of anything,
Yes.
especially knowledge, yes? Exploitation. By exploitation, then, he who can know everything will be far superior to those who know less. There would be no corner, no aspect of the universe on which he is not potentially knowledgeable.
Yes.
Such an individual would be esteemed beyond measure.
Yes.
And the closer he moves to the total acquisition of knowledge, the closer we believe
Right.
he comes to human, though perfection and therefore right. Happiness, right? Those who know would have you believe this, that all knowledge, regardless of what is good,
Yes.
are both foolish and dangerous.
That's right.
Do you doubt it? Remember that the fall of our first parents,
Yeah.
Adam and Eve,
That's
was
right.
predicted upon the false promise of the fullness of the knowledge
That's right.
as the greatest possible good.
That's right. So what does that mean to you, Josh, when we talk about leading from sin to unhappiness? Now we're talking about now dealing with pride. Because we as men got a big problem with that.
Oh boy.
Big problem.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
We got a huge problem with pride. I'm gonna use an analogy that you taught us many moons ago.
Okay.
I'm gonna ask this question to you gentlemen and ladies out there. What do we do when our pride's hurt?
Yes.
Brother Tyrone, you gotta answer that question.
Yes.
What do we do, Tyrone?
We come out fighting,
We
swinging.
come out swinging, man.
That's right. Very violent. That's right.
Again, with the thing of knowledge.
Yes.
Knowledge is good,
Yes.
but we're only supposed to know so much knowledge.
Because it'll destroy
because
it.
it will destroy it. Because
That's right.
we who know all
Yes.
know nothing. It's
right.
true. We know all the knowledge. We know no wisdom.
Yeah.
We don't know how. Great God. We think that when we know everything, we're the best.
Yeah.
We can do anything, man. I'm more knowledgeable than you, man. So go sit down somewhere.
Yeah.
Man, leave me alone, man. I can do this by myself.
Yeah.
And that's the pride talking.
That's right.
But see, you gotta learn how to knock down that wall of pride.
Yeah.
Because yes, you may be like, yeah, man, I know this, but and I don't want to help nobody, but you gotta break down that wall.
Yes.
Because somebody else may be going through the same thing you're going through.
That's right.
So you gotta break down that barrier and be able to talk to that brother.
Yeah,
or talk to that woman about what's going on.
That's right.
See, we as men, we don't talk. Women do all the talking because they're taught
That's right.
at a very young age
Yes.
to communicate.
Yes.
But see, with pride, oh brother, our pride gets us in so much trouble as men.
That's right.
Because when we're prideful, we think we can do anything. Now we bulletproof and all that.
Yeah.
But on the inside, you're hurt,
Yeah.
and that pride, it can be the reason why you're hurt.
And also dealing with pride and then dealing with that, sometimes we use that knowledge to downgrade somebody else and put somebody else down, or to take control over them to make them do what we want them to do. Because we put it on them, well, you're stupid, you're dumb, you don't know nothing. You know what I'm saying?
But really, he's probably just as smart as you are.
Yeah. But if you're very insecure and don't have a sense of who you are,
That's where a bully comes from.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's
Bullies.
it. That's what I'm saying.
People who don't
Yeah.
understand what a bully is, many people don't know what a bully is. A bully is somebody who I'm gonna take a school bully for instance. A school bully would go around, steal people's lunch money, beat up kids in the locker room or something.
Yeah.
But mostly it comes from he had that insecurity
Yes.
done